we did the paper bag, where you put a model that you didn't want in a paper bag and exchange them, right?
Yes,
you had to build what you took, if you didn't like it.
Who was the guy who had the Bugatti kit? And he built a planter out of it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And Mike, you got the GTO that you made into a swirladelic.
Yeah.
Because you didn't like that either.
Yes, yes. Well, and I put it together with gum. And I brought it here. Remember, I brought it here.
That's right, you brought
put
it
on display as a new technique. Why use glue when you can use gum?
That's right. That was maybe the first GSO we came to.
Yeah. And of course, the guy running the show was very disturbed.
Yes.
One, it was swirladelic.
Right.
Two, it still had sprue on it.
Yes.
And it was held together with gum.
Mr. Billy Kingsley.
David Best.
Mike Kenney.
Karl Betterton.
Ron Weissinger.
Rick Hanmore.
LoBosco.
Doug Betterton.
Mike Felix. And Doug Whyte.
Our formula over the years has been, we don't have elections, we don't have officers, we don't have any of that stuff. It's all about the model cars. We come and put model cars, we talk. And yes, one guy handles the money, and one of us will stand up. Someone has to kind of run the meeting.
A spokesperson.
And I always say, somebody else wants to stand up and do it.
Yeah.
And we just get along. And I think it's because of that our club is successful. I see these other clubs, Tri-State, God bless them, they put on an NNL East. So happy for them they do that. It's a lot of work.
To expand on what Rick said, I got a call from Gary Schmidt, and he said, your club has a reputation. Can you write an article about why your club was so successful? I did, and we published it. And basically the article said exactly what Rick just said.
And our club is one of the few that's still actively growing.
Yes, true.
And even when our guys do move away, we stay connected with Zoom calls.
And flying out to Salt
Go
Lake
to
City.
shows like this,
Right. And to think of how many guys have moved away and then how many members we're getting back now on a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty crowded.
Several of them went to NNL East who had not attended in years, looking for us to just reconnect.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mike's still trying to get dues from me.
Good luck.
How many times we threaten he's going to get cut off?
Getting cut off?
Everyone for years has contributed.
Yeah.
And we've always taken care of other clubs, sponsored awards and
That's true,
and contests. And there's a measurement of how we measure the money.
That's true.
That's right.
Mike has that measurement. He started
Usually
it,
the money's about that.
much.
That much.
We keep the money in a cardboard box.
You have to.
That's what we did.
Golf shoes box.
We used to do a handwritten newsletter back in the day.
One thing that really altered the club, some of you guys have moved out of the area. Now we meet online.
Right.
Yeah.
And that can bring us all together.
Most of us are on that Zoom call every Monday night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Without fail.
And the thing is, because of that, like we're here together live, it's like we haven't missed a beat,
Yeah.
right? And those calls last for an hour and a half, 2 hours, right?
Yeah. Well, except it goes longer when Billy has his 1800 NASCAR that he built from the month before. I was sorry, I didn't get much done. I only got 400 to show you.
One of our members, Bob Bettine, is now, how many models did he build last year?
66, I think.
Yeah, retirement's apparently a great thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool on some of those because, if we were in the meeting room in Newburgh, well, we would be there, we'd display our models. But we're all basically sitting at our work areas, at our benches.
Yeah.
Some people are building and filing, whatever, but then someone will say, well, what kind of glue did you use for that? Here, everyone holds up a bottle.
Right. Yes, that's right. We have our products right there. Yeah.
And occasional guests. We have different people come in every once in a while. Scott Colmer.
California, right? So talk about all the way across the country, right?
That's he's here. He's
Scott's here
hanging out good. Yeah. He's taller in real life.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Actually, all you guys are.
We do not put on a show because we think we're too lazy.
Well, we tried. Rick and I had put on 2, I think, or 3.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, in the 80s.
And matter of fact, a guy named Scotty Davidson drove over from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah, he had a hobby shop.
He came to the show, and it was just us with our models on the table. There wasn't very much. I felt so bad for him. I brought him over to my house, and I showed him my collection, and we became friends.
Going to your house is like going to the show.
That's true. Yeah. Go to Rick's house.
We had tried another show, wasn't it in conjunction with a race show or something?
Well, we did Lloyd's once.
Yeah.
We did
What about the good
Monroe.
guys?
We did the some full-size car show in Monroe twice.
Oh, we tried to do something in Rhinebeck once too.
Right.
Yeah.
The good guys
Okay.
would.
Yeah.
That's
Somehow
right.
they asked us to
They
help.
had to make it
them.
take
Yeah,
it.
they had to make it take at the
Yep.
time. So we would do that. But
that
we've
was-
never
that
really
wasn't
put
a big hit
a
either.
show on ourselves.
Right.
No.
We just found it was much easier to make fun of other people at shows, putting on their shows and attend them.
Right, we'll just go.
We've been doing group builds for decades. Yes, I can literally say that. Remember the Fieros?
Yes, that was the first one.
Who remembers the Pontiac Fiero? We all built them, and then we had
Did the police cars.
one with Chevy vans. We would go to back then KB Hobby Shop, and whatever they had stacked up in front of the store that was on sale for like $2, that's what we bought because we could get a dozen kits or how many we needed for cheap, and because we would hand them out at the club's expense, and then everybody would do whatever you want with the kit, and to me that was fun. Even if you got something, as boring as a Chevy van, forgive me for anybody who really likes them, but the stuff that the guys made was incredible, so it's just kind of fun.
We've done a lot of group builds. Don acts as our project manager, and he keeps us going, sets the deadlines, and he will not create an extension.
slave driver
There's
over
no
there.
such thing as an extension.
See, we did a caddy project
Right.
from the
Yes.
59.
Cadillac.
We also did a stock car one, I think was the third one, a dirt car.
Yeah, that was
I think
early.
that was the third
We
project.
did it stock car. Yeah.
What about the police cars?
Yep.
Remember we did that shortly after?
Yeah, 'cause
Yes.
it said earlier, Gary called me
Yeah.
and said that was so
That's right.
successful.
That's right.
Can you do something else?
We did the Camaro 69 snap kit,
Yep,
Oh, that's right.
right.
And the 34
34 snap kit in a month's time. That's
had-
what's cool.
Like 37 of them show up
Just
built
get it
within
right.
1 month.
That's right.
They're
Yeah,
all
drive-in theater.
incredibly fun project.
Oh, that's true. We got the drive-in that we recreated.
Oh, that's right. That was a big project.
We did the
Yeah.
Beetle.
That's right.
That's right. We did the Beetle.
The new Beetle.
We did the 89 Chevy pickup truck.
And didn't we do 50 Chevy pickup trucks too?
I think
we
you're
did.
right.
50 Chevy pickup
We did
think we did.
55 Chevys too.
Yes, the
Yes.
Cameo.
Wasn't one of our builds that we didn't finish from previous builds?
Yes, we've done that. Yep.
I think we still have those.
Still working on it.
The one group build that really killed me was when we picked a year out of a hat.
Oh, the year.
Yep.
Because I figured, the cutoff's going to be 1972. And I pulled out 1984.
Yeah.
Talk about a low point.
I moved away. I get an envelope in the mail in Florida. I open it up and it's just a little tab, ripped up piece of paper, 37. I was like, huh? What's that? So I called. I said, what is this, 37?
That's what you have to build. Right, and I pulled out 1928, and I usually don't build anything that old.
Yep.
And what am I going to do? And I found that 1928, that Etzel Classics Indy car. I just ended up really getting into it after, and if I didn't pick that year out of the hat, I don't know if I would have ever built that car.
That was one of the first real kits that when he put that together, I mean, that was resin, etch.
Right.
White
Yeah,
metal.
white metal, and had to lace the wheels and all that. Yeah.
Good build.
Thanks. Yeah, we've had a lot of really good, successful projects. Yeah.
There's always
Lots
good
of fun.
energy here in this club. I
It
got to
is.
say that.
Yeah, and now that some of them are online with Don acting as the project manager, which is
And
good.
I don't
Somebody
think we're
has to do
slowing
it.
down a whole lot either.
No?
Yeah, again, what you just said and what Rick said. It's all about having fun. There's no politics.
I can say without a doubt that joining the club was the best thing I ever did in the hobby. And if I didn't join the club, there's no way I would have driven from New York to Utah as it is. It's what kept me going in the hobby now and then and into the future.
Carl used to come to the meetings with his dad when Carl was a little kid. And here he
Carl
with
was
us at
10 years
GSM.
old when we did this project right here. He was interested in model cars as well. And we both took a hiatus for some amount of time. I moved down south, and one day on my Instagram feed pops up this model built by my son Carl. So it's like, pick up the phone. What's going on up there? Are you okay? With the 32 Ford. I said, is this a one-off thing, or are you going to continue? No, I'm having a good time. It's fun. I joined the online or virtual club. Been building since. And that was 3 years ago. His skills have progressed a little tiny bit, not much.
He's better than you now.
And you said that with love, right?
They're almost up to his father's.
We've gotten to see Don bring Carl, and now Carl bring his kids. It's really cool. That's neat.
This is great. I thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me in the club.
You still didn't pay the dues, did you?
I-